Let's further discuss this now with Mario Ruiz, a professor of economics at the University of Kuala Lumpur. Thank you for being with us on the program. So China has hit back with its own tariffs. What does this now mean for the economy of both the United States and China?
Well, it's a big issue to discuss because now it's a confrontation between United States and China is quite long ago. If you remember, the first period of Mr. Trump in power have so much differences in trade and investment. And this one, in the second period, has continued these same issues. The problem is you need to see that many companies, they are behind in this thing, especially electronics, microchips, electric cars, and any electronics. The issue now is United States now is have inflation. We know that we have inflation after the Ukraine-Russia conflict we have. And the American economy is, the last 3 or 4 years, they are not doing so well like the people expect. So much debts in the governments, and also many companies moving from United States to China. What I feel is that this is retake again the international trade war. And this is very sad because if we have tariff, we're going to have high inflation. Mm-hmm. We have inflation, energetic inflation now from Russian-Ukraine conflict we have. But now the situation become more deep and more critical because now if we have tariff in both sides, suppose the United States has the freedom of international trade and promoting capitalism. Mm-hmm. I think it's going to be possible to impose so high tariff. I think they are playing politically to manipulate, to avoid and justify. For example, I have China. China, what they want to justify is like, please, we're going to have trade, but we're going to have 1-to-1. Mm-hmm. Because actually, China.
Well, we do know China's tariffs aren't going to go into effect until Monday, which gives the two leaders some time to come to some sort of agreement. We understand that they are expected to have a conversation in the coming days. Do you expect them to make some sort of a deal?
I tell you, now I read about Canada and Mexico that stopped standby for 1 month. But you see, this is very interesting how you mix international trade and geopolitical issues. Mr. Trump went to visit Mexico and went to visit the Mrs. President of Mexico and imposed some conditions, especially geopolitically military issues, especially the drugs trafficking and illegals, and also put conditions to Canada. It's like the tariff is kind of gun to negotiate geopolitical issues. This is my personal opinion, because what we can see that he announced the tariff, and later all the have meetings with the president of Canada and also the president of Mexico to put conditions and kind of political issues, especially in the sense of immigration and drugs trafficking. But my question is, if we start to close the American economy, United States can survive because United States is an open economy. They cannot put tariffs so easily because they know that there's a high risk of recession. And this is what people, they don't have idea that if United States impose tax or tariff, it's going to generate inflation and economic recession for the American the world economy. I feel very confused because United States depends highly on free trade. United States is depending on connecting all the trade around the world.
Very interesting analysis, Mario Ruiz. Thank you so much for your time. It was a pleasure speaking to you.
You're welcome.